Hey, everybody. I am Dr. Sherry, and I am here. Let me try to get this hair in order. Let me see which way it's trying to go. All right, let's let them come on into the room. Come into the room. You guys, this one today is a serious live, okay? This is a serious one. Welcome to Friday. You guys, it was my birthday week this week. Yay, 257. My brother sent me, he said, girl, you don't look like what you've been through. I said, I know that's right. I know that's right. You ain't supposed to look like what you've been through. All right, come on into the room. This is a serious one this week when we are going to begin talking about how to defend yourself. How to defend yourself. And this is a big boy today. This is a big boy today, learning how to defend yourself, how to move in a state of defense. Now, let me just say this, and let me go ahead and preface it with, if you are not status corrected, this is not going to work for you. Okay? It's not going to work for you because you have to understand who you are. Thank you so much, Russell. Thank you. You have to know who you are. And so in order to be able to have power in your voice when you speak, in order to be able to make a stance and be heard, the first step is becoming status corrected. Now, there's still other steps that have to take place after that, but that is the first step, being status corrected. And that is so important. You have to declare, you guys, you have to declare that you are not going to be a part of the system. You have to say, your voice has to speak it. You got to make the declaration. You have to give forth notice that you are not going to be a part of their system. I don't care what situation you're going into, what situation you're being faced with. It doesn't matter. It's all commercial. It's all about liens or claims. Liens or claims. I don't care if it's a traffic ticket. I don't care if it's a mortgage. I don't care if it's a credit card debt. I don't care if it's a seatbelt violation. It's all about claims or liens. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's a car note. I don't care if it's an apartment lease. I don't care if it's a medical bill. It does not matter. It's all about claims or liens. So what I am finding, hey, Harrison, hey, what I am finding over and 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 over again is that people don't know how to defend themselves. And so what's happened is that you literally are going into their settings, their courts, and they're railroading everyone because you're not boxing them into a corner to make them act right. Okay, they're going to try all kind of tricks on you. They're going to do everything, every gutter thing that they can do. I told you guys, I have a lawsuit right now, $15 million lawsuit that even the server, the server I paid, tried to do a trick, whereas he would not serve the corporations, it would only serve the individuals. But all of the corporations, the major corporations that needed to be sued, needed to be served, being the county, the child support agencies, the judicial committees, the judges, the clerks of courts. He made sure he did not send those paperwork, those documents to be served to them. So you know what? Now I'm including him in that claim, and I don't care if he's listening to this. He is now included because he's a part of RICO. Okay, he joined forces with them to not bring forth the action, and so now they all are going to be included in it. Okay, and I'm going to get everybody served. And this time I'm going to. Oh, you guys, this is what I found out. I knew I could have done this before, but this might help somebody. So when you're serving federal court cases, you can get them served by the United States Marshal's Office. You can do that, but sometimes it's cheaper and it's better to get a private server. But if you go to the United States Marshal's website, you guys, they even say it on their website. They are under admiralty and maritime law. They say it on the website. I say this all the time. They don't block the information from us. They don't keep the information from us. Hey, Shiloh, good afternoon to you. That's one thing they don't do. They're not going to hide the information, but you have to know what you're looking at. So let's start with today. Once again, if you're watching this, it's so important that you understand none of this pertains to you if you decide to stay as a United States citizen. If you are in fear of making the declaration that you are a natural man or natural woman, this is not going to apply to you. I can't help you. You have to know inside of yourself who you are, okay? And while I'm saying that, tonight is my orientation, all right? So if you've never heard this information before, tonight, I do it once a month. Now, I used to do it every Friday, but, people weren't showing up, and I'm not going to keep giving up my time. So now I reduced it down to just once a month. So that is every fourth Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can go under newstatusnewlife.com right there. Okay, it's coming down, www.newstatusnewlife.com, and you can register for it, okay, via Zoom. All right, so first we have to understand that these corporations, these entities that take oaths, I don't care if it's judges, attorneys, clerks of courts, it doesn't matter. Okay, anybody that's taken an oath, police officers, it doesn't matter. Anybody that's taken an oath, they work for us. They are our employees, and their contract is the United States Constitution, and the directions is the Declaration of Independence. That is their employee contract. That's why the IRS manual says for employees. So you got to begin to, this stuff has to begin to sink in. You got to understand who you are. You have to begin to understand how to articulate that. So first of all, understanding who you are, these people work for me, the natural man, the natural woman. They are our employees. We are not foreign to the land. We were born on the land. Okay, so if you were born in, like I said, y'all know my home is Pennsylvania. I'm a Pennsylvanian. If you were born in Idaho, you are Idahoan. Okay, if you were born in Georgia, you're a Georgian. If you were born in Florida, you're a Floridian. If you were born in California, you're a Californian. You are native to that land. It is your land. Okay, all of these people were bought, okay, that are in that judicial set. Judges, attorneys, clerks of courts, all of them, okay? Anybody, police officers, anybody that takes an oath, okay? They now have moved into the state of being foreign. They are not of the land. You have to understand that point, okay? We're going to keep building today because that I'm understanding that this is where I need to help you guys begin to understand who you are. So when you go into a space of trying to defend yourself, now you'll know what platform you're walking in on. Remember, the first thing is to correct your status. You can't articulate this and you're a United States citizen. United States citizen is in their corporation. All right. Let me see what Nisha Elmore. Hi, Nisha Elmore. If someone retired from the Postal Service, which forms do they fill out? The same thing. If you retire, you're not a part of the being a federal employee anymore. Okay, but we have a document for those who are still a part of that system as a federal employee. So if you're still working as a federal employee, you are working for the United States Corporation, which is foreign. Okay, you're still working in that entity. And when you are in that capacity, and this is the same thing for truck drivers that have a commercial trucking license. Okay, that's the corporation. Commercial. Remember, it's about claims or liens. Claims or lien. Anything about money, okay, is in that corporation. All right. So if you're even a truck driver, while you are a truck driver and you're working commercially on the road, okay, you are a part of the corporation. You can still get your status corrected because when you're not working, you're not in a corporation and you've made the declaration when you are living and working in your private capacity. Same thing as federal employees. When you're not at work, you are now living in your personal capacity. So it's important that you understand who you are and when you are who you are. Okay. Let me see. If someone is military, sir, which form do they fill out? It's the same thing. Military, federal. Okay. It's the same thing. All right. Where do we find the paperwork for the status change? We have the paperwork, or you can go to the TASA website. Okay. If you're in a school, it's in there. And if you need someone to complete it, we do that service, or go to the TASA website and you can complete it yourself. All right. So now let's keep moving. All right. So understand that there are two things that our employees have to do. Our employees, those that have taken the oath, they work for us. They have to protect the people, and they have to protect the people's property. That's it. That is their requirement to us. They have to protect the people, and they have to protect the people's property. That is so important. Protect the people, protect the people's property. Well, this is why we have to mandate them to do this for us. We have to mandate them to do this to protect us and protect our property. What is happening now, this thing is flipped. They are charging us with our own property and the protection of our own stuff, and making us pay for stuff that's already been paid for, because we don't know how to articulate it and how to defend it. Okay. So now, first of all, you need to understand that there are multiple United States. There are multiple United States. Multiple. And let me just say this. Let me give a shout out once again to Anna von Retz, because she has done such extensive research, you guys. Such extensive research on this, that to the point, and not just Anna von Retz. There are so many people at this point that have done extensive research, even myself, where all of these different levels of information and different parts of information and different pieces of information, it's like it's all coming together now. Okay. It's like it's all coming together now. And when it comes together, it begins to really, really, really make sense. But what is happening is that, oh, excuse me. What is bless me. What is happening now is people don't know how to take this knowledge and go into protecting themselves in court cases, or protecting themselves in when they send credit card bills, or protecting themselves in other situations that they're faced with, whether it's traffic tickets or traffic court or child support. They don't know how to articulate, and that's where we are now. Okay, that's where we are now, teaching you how to articulate. Unflattering articulations and candid dialogue. Yes, I'm trying. All right, let's keep going. All right. Okay, Nisha, do me a favor. You're gonna have to. Is there a recording for Friday? Yes, there is. The recording is in the school. It's in the school, and we don't do those live though. I do not put them live. I think I did one live. She used to work 12-hour shifts every Friday. If you are you in the school? Because if you're in a school, it's in there. I don't know if you're in a school or not. That name looks familiar. I think you are. Anyway, let me know if you're in a school. Okay. All right. So now, understanding there are multiple United States. Multiple. Okay. Are you in a school, Nisha? I need you to answer that for me. If you're in a school or not? You're in a school? Okay. All right. All right. So the information is in the school. You can go into private life. Okay. All right. You can go into private life. Okay. Now, so understanding there are multiple United States. You have to understand the United States that we are a part of. Okay. The United States that we are a part of is the upper lowercase. The upper lowercase, capital T, lowercase, United, uppercase U, lowercase, NITED, uppercase S, TATES. That's the land. You have to understand who we are. That is us. Okay. Is everybody clear on that? That is us. Okay. That is the only one that we are a part of. That is the land and the soil. And that is so important to get. That is so important to get. Okay. Now, when you begin to move a little further, you'll begin to understand that there were other United States that were created. Okay. And it was created to be synonymous to our United States and pretty much to trick the people. So you never knew what United States you were a part of. Okay. So understanding who we are, that's the land and soil. And it's important that you understand that. It's important that you get who you are. Okay. Now, when this corporation was created, this is the thing. This is the thing. On December 9th, write this down. On December 9th, 1945, okay, the International Organization Immunities Act, okay, was, let me read my handwriting here. I was writing so fast. I listen, I can't even understand. Okay. December 9th, 1945, the International Organization Immunity Act was enacted. Okay. And what happened was it pushed the corporation. Okay. Well, make sure I'm understand if you understand it. It pushed the corporations, the United States, over to the United Nations. That part is so important to understand. So all of those people who took oaths of offices, okay, all the ones we talked about, if you took an oath, no matter what category you are in, December 9th, 1945, the International Organization Immunities Act made it so that those that took oaths of offices from the United States corporations was now pushed under the authority of the United Nations. Now, why is this so important? I need your mind, because this is where the mind starts shutting down. This is where we start to see cognitive dissonance. Okay. This is where we begin to see the Stockholm syndrome take place, because people, their minds just can't get it. And I'm telling you, what you're feeling, you have to push through it. You have to push through it, because you have to begin to understand who you are and not allow the diseases to set in. Okay. God told Mighty no. December 9th, 1945. Yes. Okay. All right. So now I want y'all to go back, and you need to understand it. I'm gonna keep moving, but this is so important, because you once you get this part, it's going to help you to articulate how to now go in and defend yourself. I don't care. Remember, it's claims or liens. Claims or liens. Either somebody's making a monetary claim against you, or they're trying to put a lien against you. It's one or the other, because it's all what? Commercial. Got it? All right. So December 9th, 1945, all of those that took oaths, okay, in the United States corporation were now pushed over to be under the United Nations. So the United Nations was their boss. And so this is another thing you guys have to understand. All of these lettered organizations, they're not in our jurisdiction. They're in the jurisdiction of the sea. They're in the jurisdiction of the sea. That is not our jurisdiction. That's what I'm saying. The first thing you have to do when you're going into a state of defense is you have to be able to make claim of who you are. That's the first thing you need to be dealing with. Do you even have jurisdiction to bring this claim against me? And if your status corrected, the answer is no, you do not. You don't even have the jurisdiction, because you are an employee of the United Nations, which is a foreign entity, and it's a corporation within itself. Okay. All right. So that's the first thing you need to understand. And that happened again, December 9th, 1945. They pushed everybody under to be under the United Nations. Okay. And that's the United Nations with the small t. That's the one with the small t, which is the corporation. All right. Now, this is the next thing you need to understand. The POPE, okay, the POPE, okay, the Pope has 60% interest in the United States corporation. So we know that if you deal with just corporate law, okay, we know that if somebody has 60% interest in that corporation, they're running things. They're dictating how things go, and you don't get this. So again, if you're listening to me and your mind is not understanding and you're shutting down, see, I'm a teacher, so I should be delivering it to you, whereas you can get it. That's my gift, delivering the information so you're understanding it and you're not being faced with these diseases that shut our mind down, which is true. Okay, people don't understand it, but the Stockholm syndrome and the cognitive dissonance, these are actual proven diseases that we are faced with. Okay, now let me keep going. All right, so the Pope has 60% interest in the United States corporation. Okay, so when you talk about these offices now from the United States being transferred over to the United Nations, this makes them a foreign entity. Now, this is where it just gets beautiful, because I tell y'all all the time, use their information against them. Use their information against them. So now I want everybody to pull up. I'm going to put this in chat. I want everybody to pull up 8 USC 1481. Let me show that. Pull that up right now. 8 USC 1481. It says in that statute, it says listen, I love to say this word, in their statute. I love to say in their information. Okay, so it says in their statute that once an office is taken, okay, citizenship is relinquished. That state employee now becomes a foreign entity. It says that in their stuff. They are foreign to our land. They are not in the jurisdiction of land. They are a foreigner to us. They work for us. So I'm really hoping that y'all are getting this. I'm really hoping that it is really sinking in who you are and knowing how in the world can a foreign corporation pull you into their Admiralty and Maritime Law Court. Mary means sea, okay? How can they pull you into their court and you are of the living? You are a natural man. You are a natural woman. And it already says in their code that their oath is now pulled into a foreign entity. They are foreign to the land. That's their stuff. I hope y'all are getting this. I hope you are fighting through the Stockholm syndrome. I hope you are fighting through the cognitive dissonance. I hope you are finally saying, I get it. I hope you are finally saying, I'm finally understanding this. Okay. Are we in that space that you're getting it? Are you in that space that you're understanding who has authority over the United States corporation? Okay. What Shiloh say? Teach, Messiah. Okay, let's keep going, and then I'm gonna end this live. I'm gonna end this one. All right. So what happens is that they were removed from United States citizenship. Okay, which is still separate from us, because we are not a united, because we made the declaration of who we are. You have to declare who you are. You got to declare, I am not a United States citizen, which is under this corporation. Okay. And now I'm clearly not, if those that take office, I'm clearly not brought into the United Nations. Okay. Because all of y'all now are under the authority of the United Nations, which is also a corporation. This is what you have to understand. Okay. We gotta begin, because y'all got to go into the offense. You got to go into a space of offense now. So if they bring you in, okay, anybody, I don't care what offices it is, if any of these commercial courts bring you in, any of these commercial entities try to get monies from you, I don't care, it's all claims or liens. That's it. Once you are able to articulate, you bring 8 USC 1481 in there with you. You bring the International Organization Immunities Act in there with you. You bring in what happened December 9th, 1941 in there with you. You bring, 1945 in there with you. December 9th, 1945, bring it in there with you. And you say, no. The first thing you're going to establish is if you even have jurisdiction over me. We're not talking about anything else but jurisdiction. And once we get past jurisdiction, now we can talk about other stuff. But that's the first thing you're going to declare. Do you even have the authority to even speak to me, dead corporation? Because if they say they do, then we're going to move to the next level with this. Oh, we ain't done. We're not done. We're moving to the next level. Okay? Because if you want to make claim of jurisdiction over me, oh boy, now we're about to walk down this road. We're going to walk this road, and they better be clear that they want to walk the road with you. And you make sure that you get everything transcribed. You tell them on the record, for the record, make sure this is being recorded. Give me the process for getting a copy of the recording. You let them know from the jump street, because everybody who makes a statement on that recording, they better step right, okay? Because now you got to move into the position of offense where you're going after every individual that is making a wrong claim against you. You're going after them in their work capacity and their individual capacity, okay? All right, let me see what Shiloh is saying. Jesus said, in the beginning was the word, so are not the dialoguing and the capacity. Okay. All right. Let's keep moving. All right. So that's funny. I put up JAM because I'm about to talk about a court case called JAM. You see how stuff be happening? I'm trying to tell you, we be working in divine providence and we don't even know it. All right. So now I'm going to talk about a court case. And if you're in the school, I'm going to try to find this one and put it in our court cases. Okay, I'm going to try to put it in there for you. But let me type it in. And it's actually JAM, JAM. Give me 1 second. Let me type it in. Make sure I spell. Y'all not be messing up sometimes when I type so fast with my little spelling. Corporation IFC. Did I spell everything right? I think I did. Wait a minute. I got a comment here. There should be a period. Okay, is that right? I think so. Nope, it's not. Corporation. Okay, do I have everything right? I think I did. Okay, let me share that. All right, I want you to look up JAM versus International Finance Corporation, IFC. Okay, this took place in 2019. It says this is from the Supreme Court, you guys. I'm trying to tell you, this little game they be playing. Let me tell you the game they be playing that be making me mad, but this is the game that they play. These little municipal courts, okay, these little lower courts, okay, and you go all the way up, they do all this little BS at the bottom. But then when you get up to the Supreme Court has no choice but to shoot them down. And it's supposed to happen at the federal level as well, okay? See, that's why these federal courts, they're not going to do that much craziness because these judges are on the bench for life. They don't want to mess up their life obligation and their life security, okay, for somebody else's BS, okay? So we got to make sure that we understand that when we're going in here, that we are able to articulate what is going on. Okay. So in 2019, the United States Supreme Court ruled that the International Organization Immunity Act did not grant international organizations absolute immunity. It didn't give them absolute immunity. So what they are saying is that if y'all mess up, if y'all begin to make rulings that are not aligned as us being employees, Okay? They're our employees. And if you all begin to make rulings that are not in line with the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they have the authority to come after you. So do you need to give them a reminder? Because I think you do. You need to give them a reminder of who you are. And don't stop doing all this talking. Just let your paper, I tell y'all all the time, court is in the paperwork. You need to show, remember I told you have to declare who you are first. So don't be coming doing this stuff and you're a United States citizen. You going back over there. Go on back over there under your corporate boss, okay? I am talking to natural men and natural women who have declared who they are. Once you made the declaration of who you are, now you have the authority to speak and put these people in their place, okay? Now you have the authority to speak, to tell them who you are and who they better stay in their place of being. But you don't have the authority if you haven't declared who you are. And declaring who you are is moving back to the space you were in when you were born. That is the most sacred space you were in when you were given life. When Genesis 2:7 said, God breathed into you and made you a living soul. I am telling you to act like it. I am telling you to walk in your authority who God has already granted you to be. You are not a corporate entity. You are not in the fraud that they started at your birth. We don't have birth certificates on bond paper already putting a bond up on us of $630,000 and already putting a life insurance policy on you at $1 million. That is not who you are. That's not who you are. We don't need anything commercial because it says in the word, all of the debts have been paid. Y'all got to start taking that literally because it means it literally. All of your debts have been paid. Why would it say it in there? Remember now, they took all of our information. Don't get me on this thing with King James. Now, don't get me on this thing with King James. Don't get me on this thing with Christianity. Not one where in that Bible did Yeshua, his name was Yeshua, not one place in that Bible did he call himself a Christian. Even when I came in as a assistant pastor many, many years ago, that was the first question I asked. I said, I can't find, I had read the Bible from cover to cover 2 times at that point. 2 times I had read the King James Version and I had read the Living Bible, the NLV, I believe it was called. And I was the first question I had at a Bible study. I said, I can't find anywhere in the Bible where Jesus called himself, that's when I was saying Jesus, until I woke up to understand his name was Yeshua. I couldn't find anywhere where he called himself a Christian. And so I'm trying to get, others, pastors, assistant pastors, somebody, I was even going to theology school at the time. I was even asking teachers, can somebody explain this part to me right here? Because I'm not calling myself anything that he ain't called himself. I was having a real problem with that. No one could answer it and no one could find it. So at that point, I made another declaration. This was years ago, you guys, many, many years ago. I made the declaration. I said, well, I ain't calling myself that. I remember saying that at a Bible study. I said, I'm not going to call myself no Christian. I'm just going to call myself a follower. Because why am I calling myself a Christian? And in the Bible, it was considered like a derogatory term. Okay? So I am telling you, okay, it is not about Christianity. It's not about anything religious. This is a spiritual walk. And a spiritual walk means your conscience is higher than that. That means you should be elevating your mind to a Christ conscious. That is the understanding of all of us. When you move to a Christ conscious, you are a follower of the ways that we should be living. And the first way you need to be living is understanding who you are. Jesus says, isn't it written? I said, you are gods. Yes, we are gods, because if you look at Genesis 1:26-28, he said, we created man in our image. So that's the first thing you got to break down. Who is O-U-R? That's multiple. God is within you. The temple of God is within you. You have the understanding. You have the Christ conscious of who you are. But if you're not moving in that way, if you're not living in this way, if you are afraid, then what are you doing? They knew you were going to be afraid. They mocked it in The Wizard of Oz. Forgive us our debts, status correction, as we go after our debt debtors. There you go, fraud. I'm sorry, let me catch up with this. Edom might change the narrative of our Bible. Christianity is Eurocentric, white supremacy. Yeah, well, we already know what's going on with that King James. Don't get me started on him. Do not get me started on King James, who also created the book of demonology. Don't get me going on him. Okay, don't get me going. This ain't the platform for it, because I'm gonna say some choice words where that's concerned, because I already know how they tried to mess us up mentally. Okay, now let me go back up here. I forgot what I'm talking about. Okay, we're back on JAM versus International Finance Corporation, IFC. All right. So we know that these corporate entities, am I dragging? I feel like I'm going slow. I feel like my mouth is not going. I feel like I'm a tad bit behind, like a half a second. Is everybody good? Is everybody good? Are y'all good though? Do y'all am I going okay on your end? Because I can't tell. I can't look at myself because I'm kind of like a half a second behind. It's messing with me a little bit. I'm experiencing cognitive dissonance at this point. My mind can't comprehend. All right, just give me a thumbs up if I'm good on you guys. Am I okay? Oh, that reminds me, you guys, and listen, give a thumbs up. Now, when I say give a thumbs up, not in your comments. I need you to go to the live where it is, and I need you to give a thumbs up there, okay? I need you to give a thumbs up to the live. You can give a thumbs up in the comments too, but I am good. Okay, great. Okay, but give a thumbs up to the live because it makes it go out to multiple people. Okay, looks like I'm fine. Okay. Thank you. Now, another thing, follow me on all social media at I am Dr. Sherry. Now, you know, I tell you all the time, now and then I'm going to post stuff on there, but I'm very cautious because they be trying to, you know, shut people down and carry it on. I like my social media because I tried to build it up as to a very nice space. But follow me there because now and then I will post stuff to give y'all kind of hints of where we need to be going. Okay, so follow me at I am Dr. Sherry on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. Okay, and then you're already joining me here on YouTube. All right, so now let's go back to JAM. So we already, the JAM versus International Finance Corporation, IFC. We already know that from this Supreme Court ruling, it states that you don't have immunity. So if you already have somebody telling you that they have immunity, they're lying. They do not have right. And thank y'all so much for reminding them to hit the like button. Hit the like button. Thank you so much. All right, why is that not showing? I'm still like a hair behind. All right, maybe it'll catch up. All right, so that means that international corporate, they better not be messing with my live. I just got a little message. Let me see. So my comments aren't coming up. All right. I'm hoping that y'all can still hear me. I think you can. Somebody give me a thumbs up so I can tell if y'all can hear me. Am I good? Because I'm not. Okay. It's. Okay. All right. I'm back. Okay. It was dragging a little bit. I got you. Okay. It's cut. I'm telling you what I tell y'all. I'm talking too much good stuff on this thing. Uh-oh, it's cutting up. Okay, let me know when I get stable again. Okay, let me know when I told y'all. What I tell you? I told you. They're not gonna let this stuff get on the airwaves. Okay, I'm gonna get one more thing, and I'm backing off for the day. All right, I'm gonna keep rolling. I'm gonna back off for the rest of the day. So we already know, use that court case to show that no one has immunity from making wrong decisions. No one. Okay. So they could be sued under federal law for their commercial activities. I'm going to say that again. They can be sued. They can be sued under federal law for their commercial activities. On that note, you guys, I'm going to sign off for the day. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to share. Okay. I love you guys so much. I hope you got a lot out of today. Okay. Give a shout out if you got a lot out of the day. Okay. It's catching up now. Now that I say I'm going off, they was like, oh, we're going to let you. We're going to let the comments come forth. She about to sign off. I should say psych. I ain't about to sign off. Psych, I ain't about to sign off. I'm gonna give him a little bit more information. Nah, I'm tired now. That's enough. That's enough. Okay. Yeah, it's stable now because I said I was about to sign off. It's stable now because I said I was about to sign off. But y'all should have a lot of information now. Okay. Now it's more than that. So don't forget, join me tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Y'all know I go deep and I go way back. Okay. And I bring you forward. I do this once a month. So I'm telling you right now, you better bring your people in the house. I do this once a month. I'm only doing this once a month. And there I can answer your questions for you. Okay. Join our school. Okay. If you're not in the school, go over to newstatusnewlife.com. The link is right there to go ahead and join the school. Go ahead and go to newstatusnewlife.com to join us tonight. Every 4th Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our once a month orientation, where I'll go through everything for you and you can ask me questions. Okay. And then if you're already in the school, we got a lot popping off this weekend. I think we have a lot popping off this weekend. I can't remember what, but I know we got some things going on Sunday. Okay. Do we look up the terms of the dictionary? Absolutely. If you're in the school niche, just take your time. Everything is in the school. You just need to take your time in the classroom, or either you can start at Word Up. Word Up has all the definitions. We've already done it for you. You just gonna have to take your time and just learn the classroom. If you're in the school, everything is already there, but you have to take your time. You have to take your time. And what do I tell you guys all the time? You have to get a plan. You have to get a plan on where to begin your studying. Okay. Because if not, you're going to be all over the place, not knowing what to do first. So get a plan. Get a plan. Okay. All right. Y'all have any more final? Well, it's not, it's, they're acting crazy again. They say you lied to us. You said you was gay. Y'all see what a lot, right? Because not all. Can non-members, y'all saw I went out for a minute. Can non-members? Absolutely. This is for everybody. Everybody can join the Friday night lives. That's once a month. So you need to invite as many people as you can. Everybody can come in. Okay. Even those that took offices, they can come in. They just got to declare who they are. Or I can come after them. So yes, I do read something called the Bivens decision. And if you are a part of the municipality, if you're a part of the territorial United States corporation, if you're a part of any of those entities, you have to declare that you are listening in. But by all means, y'all listen too, because you need to know that when we come after you, you need to stand down. All right. So you all are welcome. Come all. Come on. As they said in what is the Nutty Professor? Come on, Cletus. Come on. Let me educate you. Okay. All right, you guys, I'm signing off for tonight. Love you guys so much. I will see you. I'm signing off for today. I will see you tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you haven't joined with us, come join us. Follow me on all social media. You know, I'm on TikTok. Mostly, I know sometimes I'll be skipping because I'll be out of town and I can't get my time zones in order sometimes. But mostly Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on TikTok. And you can ask questions there as well. Okay. All right. Until next time. Bye.